welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla June, Kale Barb on social media. So, today I have not filmed a mental health video, so happy Mental Health Monday. I have not filmed a video for this series or Therapy Thursday in a long time. I do apologize for that. It's been rather difficult to actually sit here and think about what I want to genuinely talk about. So with that in mind, I decided to sit down today and share my thoughts with you because lately I've been going through a lot of, I want to say, triggering things. And I think this is something that would be beneficial for you all if you are experiencing such things like this, that I wanted to actually just sit down and talk, I guess. So if you aren't already, please subscribe to my channel, and definitely follow my social media handles on, Instagram. My clavicles, I highlighted my clavicles today and they're like, hello. Okay, that was weird. But anywho, I am at Kale Barb for beauty. I am at Bear_self-care for mental health content. And my business page on Instagram is at kaylajune.mua. And definitely give this video a thumbs up at the end if you do enjoy it. And let me know your thoughts down below. Just say hi if you'd like. But I'm just going to get right on started. So, according to the title, and the topic, sorry, this is very difficult, and this makes me feel very vulnerable to put this on the internet, but I always film videos that I think are, helpful or useful to you guys, because I know a lot of you, I know I'm not alone in this world for feeling the way I do sometimes. So, obviously this is a very important topic, suicide prevention. So my entire concept for this video is the fact that I do have suicidal thoughts from time to time, but that doesn't make me suicidal. And with that, I want to explain a few things. So if you aren't new and you have been a subscriber of mine or a follower of mine for a while, you know that I have severe anxiety, severe depression, social anxiety disorder, and also PMDD. If you are unfamiliar with PMDD, definitely check out those videos because they're very important to know. They're very educational. And anyone who is a subscriber of mine, if you go through life with PMDD, it is a 7 to 10 day period, literally before your period, a woman's period. And it is horrible, especially if you have severe depression or depression at all, like me. And that is usually the time period, one of the time periods that I really have dark, damaging thoughts where, I feel like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I have so much worse going on in my life than the good, which is not true at all. And there are times where, I feel like I'm so alone, and whenever I feel lonely, that's when I also feel very suicidal, I guess, or have those thoughts. Not feel suicidal. I have suicidal thoughts because, again, I'm not suicidal. So again, it's just like those thoughts where, you feel like the world would be better off without you. No one would miss you. And I think the most recent episode I've had was probably November 2018. I think that was my worst downfall. Now I'm pretty good at handling those thoughts. I'm really good at controlling them and being like, no, you need to stop thinking like this because you have plenty of people in the world that love you and you are worthy. Look where you are now in life. Look what you have. You have people that love you and care about you and would be completely lost without you. Like my husband, for example. And he is well aware of what goes on in my head. If I feel these things or have these thoughts, I always go to him and tell him, and he always tries to snap me back out of it and try to comfort me and reassure me, which is very good to have. I have done therapeutic exercises with my therapist on, I forget what it's called, but it's like, when do you feel depressed, or when do you have these thoughts? Is it when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you're lonely? I actually have to ask her what it is again, because I'll probably do a separate video for that, because it's actually really, really good to be aware. And usually mine is lonely. I'm the type of person that does not mind being alone at all. I love having my space. I love having hours of the day to myself. I love getting stuff done by myself. I love doing things for myself. I've just always been that type of person. But there's a difference between being fully capable of being alone, and there's a difference as in being lonely or feeling lonely. And there are times where I actually feel like that. And when I do feel lonely, that's when I'm at my worst, because for some reason with me, when I feel lonely, I feel like I have no one. And not in the sense where I am okay of being by myself. It's just I physically, mentally, emotionally, like, just am fully convinced that I am lonely. And it's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. And I know a lot of people in my family and friends who don't understand mental health or, you know, mental illnesses. This is kind of something that's just like, I feel like some people look at me like, wait, so you have suicidal thoughts, or you have contemplated on suicide? And they look at me like I'm a Martian. I'm not a Martian. This is just, you know, this is what I feel. This is what I think about sometimes. And, you know, you can't judge me for that. No one here should be judged for that. And that's what this channel is about. This is a safe place. This is a safe haven. This is no judgment, no bullying, this is all positivity. Whether it's about makeup or mental health or Netflix or whatever it is, that's what this channel is about. And I really wanted to sit here and talk to you about it, because in the last week or so, I went through a bit of a bad situation. I think it was it was Mother's Day. So, and I didn't really want to talk about this, but you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna do what I want, and that's just the person that I am. I don't let anyone tell me what to do. I don't let people control me. I don't like being controlled. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being demanded to do something. It's just not who I am. I was always like that. I don't like being told that my feelings and my emotions are wrong. And that's what I try and tell my friends all the time. If you feel a certain way, that doesn't make you wrong. You don't need to be sorry for how you feel. And yes, there are times where I sit there and I am lonely, and I'm going through PMDD, or, you know, I'm just depressed, or I have thoughts about my dad or thoughts about my mom, which are two factors that really get to me the most in my life, are my parents, because I don't have a relationship with either of them. I just don't. That's my life. And the reality of that is either I sit and wallow in my depression and I cry about it, or I stay strong and I keep moving on with my life, keep pushing through my goals, doing what I want to do, being happy with my marriage and my life, the great life that I have. You know, it has taken me years to actually develop this mentality, and for people to look at me like I'm some monster because I have thought about suicide once or twice really makes me upset, because that's not who I am. Just because I think things sometimes doesn't mean you have to supervise me. You know what I mean? You don't have to coddle me. Like, my close friends know if I'm upset or I'm mad, don't coddle me. I'm not a child. I am an adult, and I will get through it, because I always do. I find a way to get through what I've been through. And on Mother's Day, you know, if you know and watched my wedding, how my wedding affected my depression or anxiety or mental health video, if you haven't watched that, definitely go watch that, because then you'll actually know what I'm talking about. But my dad's ex-wife, or ex-ex-wife, she's been in my life since I was 3 years old, and I made a Mother's Day post for her because she has been there for me for a very long time. She's been in my life for a very long time, and she's been there for me physically, mentally, emotionally, all day, every day, no matter what. And I wanted to write something nice for her on social media, and totally backfired in my face, and I got a lot of negative feedback from it, from my biological mother's side. And a lot of things were said. I didn't engage in it. I didn't comment back. I didn't even respond. I wish my biological mother a happy Mother's Day, but I did not get a response from her. And if what I posted, which it wasn't something bad, and maybe I'll like post it here so you can read it. It wasn't anything bad. It wasn't like a comparison between the two. It had nothing to do with that. I'm just grateful to have her in my life, that I wanted to I'm a social media freak. I wanted to post it up there. Why can't I post something up there without something negative coming out of it? Like, that was my thought process. I didn't think there's anything wrong with it. My grandparents didn't think there was anything wrong with it. And things were said on that post that I can't ever not think about, at least lately. Things like how I broke my biological mom's heart, how, you know, she's been crying over it, which wasn't my intention. That's not who I am. If you know me, I'm not a mean person. I literally will give you my meal. I will give you the clothes off my back. I will give you the last dollar in my pocket. That is just who I am. I love taking care of other people, no matter if I know you, don't know you, you're my friends or my family. I love taking care of people. I love making people happy. It's just who I am. And I'm not apologizing for that because it upsets somebody, even if it was my mom. And maybe that's cruel, but at the same time, it's frustrating because the things that were said should have never been said. And it's funny because the majority of them were false. And one thing that stuck out to me was, so I'm not even gonna say like names, but someone responded to the post negatively. My Yvette, who the post was about, responded her side, which was about, you know, her loving me, her being my life since I was 3, her being my stepmom for 8 years, like officially. You know, how love doesn't have boundaries or conditions, and it's, you know, that's how people are supposed to love. And maybe that's why I am the way I am. Like, maybe that's why I don't love people because I feel like I have to. I love them because I love them. And, you know, this person that responded mentioned about how, you know, the heartbroken and the heartbrokenness in, you know, in her eyes, in my biological mom's eyes. And my husband responded, you know, do you mean the same heartbrokenness I saw in my wife's eyes the day of our wedding when her biological mother didn't show up on her wedding day to help her get ready? I couldn't believe he said that, first of all. And second of all, I mean, he's not wrong. That whole situation has only been approached and talked about with my grandparents. It was never talked about with, you know, my mother. And I think people think that I'm, like, I don't know if people think I just don't have emotions or feelings sometimes, but that really broke me. A part of me really just, like, became so numb that I wanted to have that. I wanted my grandmother here, who wasn't here, to help me get ready in my dress, because she was the one that raised me, and my mom had her outfit. My mom had she was her transportation. I wanted my grandfather to leave me in the limo to go to the church. That didn't happen. You know, I'm only gonna get married once, and I can't go back and put on that dress and take those photos and have those memories with my grandmother. I'll never be able to go back and, like, find those photos because they don't exist. And I don't know what makes it right for people to think that I can't be upset about that. I can't be upset that my own mother did not want to be there on the morning I got ready for my wedding. One of the happiest days of my life. Like, how do you not, as a mom, how do you not want to be with your daughter on her wedding day? But people want to say, I broke her heart over a Facebook post. And this isn't about the Facebook post in general, because I'm going to get to why I made this video ultimately. But anywho, to continue on with the post, my aunt decided to chime in, talking towards Vincent and his family, who are my in-laws, and thought it was appropriate to say, you don't know Kayla at all. Did you know that she has attempted suicide? First of all, whether that is true or whether that is not, that is nobody's business but mine to put that out there. How dare somebody put that out there? And you think that I wasn't heartbroken over that? That my family, who is my husband's family, they're my family. They don't need that information, because nobody needs that information. Because Yvette saw it, my brother saw it, my friends saw it, a lot of people saw it, and for the past 2 weeks, I've been getting messages about asking me if I've been suicidal, or asking my husband, is that true? Like, first of all, it's no one's business. If you want to ask me. Because I will be honest, I hate lying, so I'm just going to tell you the truth. And whether it's true or not, what difference does it make? Honestly, what difference does it make? None. Because like I said, I've already said and confessed and whatever that I do have suicidal thoughts. I do. It's there. And honestly, if that bothers you, I'm not sorry for it. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I'm not sorry for having them. It just happens. But at the end of the day, I know how strong I am, and I know I will get through whatever I have to. I could have the worst day possible, reason or no reason, and I know I have the fire inside myself to get through it. And maybe this video is just for my own sake and for my own clarity and reassuring myself that I am strong enough. But any of you who have the thoughts, feel this way, don't let people judge you, but always seek for help if it's serious and if you really don't want to be here anymore. Because I know how it feels to feel like you have no one, because I've been there. And it's funny because for someone to use that as ammo to get at me or get back at me for a Facebook post is really, really rotten. Because no one bothered to ask or to make sure or to listen when I've told them I think something is wrong, I feel sad too much all the time, and I think I need to talk to somebody. No one. You know why? Because I grew up in a place, in a house, in a family who did not believe in mental health issues. And that is the problem. And I know there's some of you out there who go through this, because I get the messages and I try and help as many of you as possible, because it exists. There are people in families who don't believe in mental health issues who are going through a mental health issue. And whether you're watching this as a parent or a sibling or a spouse or a significant other, however you're looking at this, you need to reach out to these people and make sure that they're okay, because you just don't know. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you don't know. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to just text somebody and be like, hey, how's your day going? Or hey, how are you feeling? Or I don't know, like, and if someone is telling you, I think I need help. I think I need to talk to somebody. Please listen to them. Because it's just do not judge someone if they are so depressed that they feel like they don't deserve to live anymore. Because just because I have the thoughts does not mean I'm suicidal. And there is a huge difference. Mental health awareness needs to happen more and more and more. There is so much toxicity on YouTube in the beauty community with the Tati and James situation, the Laura Lee and Manny situation. Like, it's totally unnecessary. Those are not things that should be affecting your life. What should be affecting your life is what's going on in the world. All the bullying, all the suicidal attempts, all the suicides. There's such a stigma that mental health issues are not either real or important, and that needs to change. And I'm sorry that this video is so long, but I think it was necessary to actually sit here and talk to you about, if my husband would stop texting me, sit here and talk to you about, because ultimately it needs to change. And there's so much more to me than a lot of my friends, my family, than any of you know. But, you know, if I'm always here and I'm always honest, and I never want any of you to feel alone. I don't want any of you to ever feel like you're lonely or that you have no one, because you always have me. And you know where to find me on Instagram. You know how to contact me. You can comment down below. I don't care. Just, I know what it feels like to not feel worthy enough to be alive anymore. But look at me now. 10, 11 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be married. I'd be building my little business empire. I'd be doing what I love to do every single day as a career. I'd be married to my best friend. I never thought that someone could love me so much. Like, if you told me at 16 that you were gonna marry the person who loved you more than anything in this world, I would have laughed. I would have laughed, because I did not feel like anybody loved me at all. I didn't feel like anyone wanted to help me. I felt like nobody cared. And it's a dark, 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 dark place. But I think a 23-minute video is long enough. But as I was saying, I kind of had to collect myself, because my eyes were getting really, really blurry. I do hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm so sorry that it was long. But I'm glad to kind of be back for mental health content. Definitely subscribe before you leave if you did like this video, if you like my channel. Follow me on all my social media handles, and give this video a thumbs up at the end, and I will see you in the next one. I'll be sure to film a Therapy Thursday video, I hope, for this week. But until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye, bears. Love you so much.